Hi there! In earlier lessons, we discussed goodwill and the various methods of valuing it. In partnership businesses, goodwill is usually valued and accounted for when there are changes to the ownership structure, such as the admission of a new partner, retirement, or death, and so on. Let's look at how this affects Max and Tony's partnership. Max and Tony have operated a partnership business in the construction sector for quite a number of years. They have been sharing their profits and losses equally over the years, and a summary of their balance sheets shows that the net assets of their business is 100,000 naira, which is equivalent to the total capital contributed by the partners. On the 1st of January 2021, they admitted Sheyi as a partner to their business. The partners agreed that the value of the goodwill of the business was 60,000 naira, and Sheyi was to contribute 80,000 naira. Profits and losses would now be shared equally amongst the three of them. There are two ways in which the admission of partners may be recorded. 1. The partners decide to maintain a goodwill account, or 2. They may decide to write it off. Let's see how to account for this when the goodwill account is maintained. The accounting entry is to debit the goodwill account with the value of goodwill and credit the partners' capital accounts using their profit sharing ratio. Therefore, we will debit goodwill with 60,000 naira and credit Max's and Tony's capital accounts with their share. Since Max and Tony were sharing profits equally, we will also share the goodwill for them using the profit sharing ratio they were using before admitting Sheyi. That is 60,000 naira divided by 2. This equals 30,000 naira each. We will now credit their accounts in the partner's capital account. As they just admitted a new partner, we will post the cash received from Sheyi. We will debit the cash account with 80,000 naira and credit Sheyi's capital account the same amount. This is to record Sheyi's capital contribution. We can now balance off the accounts and prepare the new balance sheet. The cash account will have a closing balance of 80,000 naira. The total on the partners' accounts will be added in their respective columns. Max will therefore have a total capital balance of 80,000 naira on the credit side. So will Tony and Sheyi, who just joined. The balance carried down on the debit side will be the same values on the credit side, as there was no debit entry to the capital accounts. We can also close off the goodwill accounts. Let's now prepare the balance sheet. This will show the effect of the admission of the new member. The asset will include the previous net assets balance as well as the goodwill and the cash received from Sheyi. The total assets now equals 240,000 naira. The balances on the capital of the balance sheet will also be transferred from the partner's capital accounts. As can be seen, the sum of the assets is equal to the sum of the capital. Excellent. Now let's take a quick summary. When there are changes in the ownership of a partnership business, the goodwill of the business will be valued. There are two ways of accounting for goodwill under the scenario. One is to maintain a goodwill account. The other is to write it off. If the goodwill account is maintained, the accounting entry will be to debit the goodwill account and credit the partner's capital accounts using the old profit sharing ratio. In another lesson, we will look at how to record the admission of a new partner when goodwill is written off. Bye for now, my friend.